Hello there, everybody. Welcome, Gary Spikes. Hello there. Welcome to another edition, Thomas and Penny Van. Nice to see everybody. Roger Blair. Welcome to the edition. Hello there, Barb, Chris,
hey,
and Mike.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello.
So how's everybody doing this evening?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
I had to make sure I liked the episode. In
Yes.
case anybody gets it. Yeah, everybody like and subscribe and share and all that good stuff.
Yes.
Welcome, Brian Barber. Round of applause, everybody. Yeah, make sure and hit those hearts and tap that
Yes.
screen just like on TikTok, right? It helps the algorithm out. And,
Oh, cool.
it really does. So
I
So
did
what's
not
new
know.
with everybody?
Well,
There
I
you go.
was telling you guys about some things that I had here. Yeah, there's like a bunch of little stuff that's been going on. The most recent thing is the little, if anybody's on my Facebook page, if anybody has seen that, it was a little, I don't even know what it is. What would you guys even say? It looked like a little, to me, it looked like a little baby child sitting in the woods with
little baby or something.
yeah,
So,
like with a mop of like
right.
bright blonde hair peeking at me. And I had went out today with my daughter and to get a rough kind of estimate. You know, it's always good to do that because I had no idea just from the video what, you know, where this thing was. So I did find a spot that by the tree that it was sitting, I found the tree it was sitting by, I found the spot that it was sitting in, and it's a little bigger than I thought, but it's not that big. So I have no idea what I don't know what it is. I don't know, but it's but I did oh yeah, okay. So let's see. Oh, there's the baby. Yeah.
It's hard to blow. I can't really
Yeah,
blow the
it's-
screen up
Yeah.
here, but I know that you
Oh,
have
there we go.
blown
Yeah.
it up
Mhm.
on a
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, so that's like I don't know. I don't know what you know, people have so
And then you took a picture with your daughter.
yeah, my daughter took a it would have been yeah, so there's me back in there.
There.
She wouldn't, it would have been better if I would. So that's a but she wouldn't go back in. She's like, oh no. And she's like, Mom, I hope I don't see anything. I'm like, just look for me and don't look at anything else. So
Wonder if I could do a little side by side here. Let's see if I can open this up. If it'll let me. And go back to this one. Let's see if I can pull this off. Oh, wrong one.
So which one's Barb?
I'm the handprint on the Doesn't that little there's like a little weird thing like up to the right of the little baby looking thing too. It could just be, it's probably just pareidolia or an anomaly or of some sort, but
So yeah, it's kind of a side by side.
yeah, I think that
Is that tree stump that big?
no, that's the tree. The stump that I use like as a gifting, is like just to the right of.
So what's the picture on the right I'm looking at?
That's me
That's
sitting where
Barb
sitting where that
there.
thing is. Where that thing is.
See the red arrow? There's the blonde thing where she replicated by putting there's bar right next to where that same spot would be.
So what are you standing behind?
I'm just sitting. I'm crouched. Like I'm just crouching.
So what are you standing or sitting behind?
A tree. That tree.
So the tree's that big.
Yeah, it's a massive tree. Yeah, a massive tree. Yeah.
You
And
look
I'm just
at him
I'm,
in actual size.
yeah.
The that head is a little
baby
bit
doll.
smaller
Yeah, a
than
baby
yours,
doll.
but-
That's right, Thomas. I do. I don't have any baby dolls. Yeah.
So you can
Yeah,
see
like
that's the width of the tree. So it's a good sized tree, that's for sure.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it is. And so down where I think that's my arm, because I had a vest on, and that's maybe my arm down to the right of me. That's about where the baby was.
I'll try to blow this one up too.
And yeah, there's a definite just a plain air, just a area with nothing there that it could be sitting in. Just a kind of a flat Yeah, and then I crouched down as low as I could because I'm like I'm not sitting on the ground. Maybe next time I will, but I wasn't about to do that today. And then I almost couldn't get up.
You gotta get the
What?
you gotta get the full effect, Barb.
Mhm. Yeah, you know what the problem is that the it's like years of forest debris is just piled on top and top and top and top. So the ground is so like just mushy. It's so like spongy.
Yeah.
And so I didn't have like really, I'm crouched down as completely as far as I could go, like, sitting on like practically on the back of my whatever heels. And then, so I'm trying to get back up and there's nothing to grab onto.
Oop.
And I'm like, oh, and my daughter's like, do you need help? And I almost got, I'm like, I knew she wasn't going to come back and get me, but I was able to do it. She'd have to be like, getting my husband or her husband to come and get mom out of the, but anyway, so I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I watched an interesting documentary about doves.
About what?
Yeah.
About what?
We know them as jinns.
Oh.
And these things are in Iraq, in Afghanistan's, in the mountains, in the forest. And these are Bigfoots. And I didn't know that's what they were because everybody calls them jinns. And these people are seeing these things for thousands of years. And it was on with Jeff Meldrum. And I was surprised. And people are actually recording these things. And they have einstein. And they show their teeth. And if people don't know, who else shows their teeth when they're scared and frustrated and angry? Monkeys. Chimpanzees do it to show aggression. And they actually have these things recorded. And you hear these people that record these things up in the mountains and they're praying to Allah and they're screaming and scared. And they have eye shine, which humans do not, right? We cannot have eye shine in the dark.
Right.
Even we shine a flashlight on ourselves. We don't have eye shine. And nobody recognized what they have been encountering because we don't call them that.
Yeah.
So it was very fascinating. And I was like, wow, I didn't know they had that stuff over there.
You just saying gents as in Gens?
No.
Like a D, what is it? D
like a demon.
J-I, and and what do they call them? What do they call them? Debs? What did you say?
Dev. D-E-T-H or Dev.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I did not know that. Now I've heard of jinn, right? Like in demons and devils.
Yeah.
But that's what they nicknamed them. And I always thought when it came to stuff like that, welcome Liana. Just like Brian says, I heard jinns because they were spirits, right? But that's what they call these beasts because they don't have any other terminology. They don't know about Bigfoot or Sasquatch.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And about these specials, they go back about this documentary. They talk about all these different cultures. We know about Hairy Man now, but they have mountain monsters and demons and devils because they didn't know about Bigfoot or Sasquatch. That's what common folks called them. And they talked about the Iraqis and Afghanistan people had encounters with these creatures for thousands of years. And I did not know that. So it's very fascinating. Ashley, I sent you a message. So make sure and check your Facebook Messenger so get back with me. So it's very interesting. Did y'all know anything about that? Because I didn't.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
It was going around, they called it the Kandahar giant.
Oh, yeah. But that would be different.
That's what I was going to say.
Now, that was allegedly transported back to the United States when they encountered that back in 2009 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did not know that the jinn and the death was, their Bigfoot or Sasquatch. I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So, and also, I did not notice either that if like Meldrum, if you look at a Bigfoot track, you can tell if it's a human or a Sasquatch. I did not know that.
With the metatarsal, the mid-metatarsal break?
About how it is impression and how it walks. And it was very interesting.
Yeah.
How he described that because this was not released until I think the mid-90s. the medical documentation and about the joints and how it lifts off and the impression. So it's very fascinating. So if you know your medical and how the foot works, you can tell if it's a real impression or not. And he goes into great detail on how you can decipher if it's real or not. So I was impressed.
Yeah.
So
I saw a documentary. Oh, it's probably well over 10 years. It might even be 20 years old now, that they did the actual, like, in, the anatomical study as far as how exactly, like looking at the patty film, how exactly it walked. And they tried to have a human replicate to, completely, and they couldn't. Because I think that I want to say the guy that they used, he had like double jointed knees or hips, or so he would have more range of motion, but he couldn't do it. They couldn't get anybody to do it. So
Thomas says the Sasquatch walks when they turn their knees inwards, and also their hips and so forth. So I mean, they actually debunked that. I mean, we cannot walk the way they do, just like Patty does, right? So they debunked that, and also the step between steps, right? I mean, if we try to run, we cannot do it. So
and we don't walk in a complete straight line, typically either.
Right.
And
I think that has a lot to do with how they walk so quietly or get around so quietly, because of how they step and how their foot is formed. It gives them an advantage on that aspect as well.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, which might be why they're walking on in their own tracks, why they kind of stop, because people have said that few people have said that they've observed them backing out, using their the same areas that they walked before.
Right.
So yeah, Roger said, that documentary is similar to what you're talking about. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. And one of the things I told everybody, Chris, Barb, and Mike, for the show, I don't remember what show it was on. I was trying to play this video, how they made this baby gorilla into a cam, and they inserted it into a family of gorillas to see how it would react. And it was very interesting. They did a documentary on it, and we have a 3-minute video, but the baby gorilla could not be accepted into this tribe or clan until the clan leader accepted it and proved it. And it's very interesting. So I'll let you all watch it, and y'all can go out there and watch the full documentary.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting and how it's adopted. So
wow.
I'll go ahead and pull it up.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Right, let me know if you can hear it. Hopefully it'll play. I'll double check this.
It's pretty interesting.
Right, let me know if you can hear it. Hopefully it'll play.
Yeah, it like repeated
everything we're saying.
Yeah, it's getting a
reverb. That was good. That's cool though. I can't wait to see it.
Weird.
So that little thing that was down in the front, that's the
far right is the monkey camera.
Gosh, how cute. Yeah, it did sound like a remix E-Rev. That's right.
I should have rapped.
Yeah. Echo, yep. Hello, Bigfoot world. He's Sean.
It just stopped because I was getting it for a while, so I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I don't hear it now. No, it was only when that was playing, and it kept repeating.
Weird. Let me try it again.
Yeah.
I just made a change, so I don't know if that'll help or not.
Like if we don't say anything, it probably won't. We'll keep repeating, or we'll make it into a rap.
I made a change on my end, so maybe it'll help. I don't know.
Okay. Or we'll make it into a rap.
I made a change on my end, so maybe it'll help. I don't know.
Is an invitation to get to know each other.
Or we'll make it into a rap.
I made a change on my end, so maybe it'll help. I don't know.
But is an invitation to get to know each other.
You guys hear anything or no?
Make it into a rap.
I made a change on my end. Hear the audio?
It's rap. It's constant feedback.
You guys
It's
hear anything or no?
Make it into a rap.
Is it? Because I can't hear anything on my end. Hear the audio?
It's rap. It's constant feedback.
You guys hear anything or no?
Make it into a rap.
Is it? Because I can't hear anything on my end. Hear the audio? You want me to play it without audio?
No, it keeps looping your over and over and over.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on with that.
Damn. Sorry.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's so. What's the name of that? Grizzly.
Maybe you could try it, Grizz, from your end.
I'll try. Can you go ahead and remove the video?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Every time I have to play a video, it just buffers. I'll try. Can you go ahead?
Stop screen. There we go.
Yeah, whatever it is on your end, it keeps re-looping our voices over and over.
Yeah, I might have to leave the studio to come back, maybe. I don't know. Normally don't do that, so not sure what's up.
Yeah. Hi, Cindy. Welcome.
Y'all keep talking.
Roger said, I wonder if a baby gorilla cam would work with Bigfoot. I don't know. I feel like they're too smart, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
You think the Bigfoot are too smart or the gorilla?
I think that Bigfoot wouldn't
Yeah.
fall for a gorilla cam.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah. It's funny that it's funny that the gorilla, that they fell for it, because how did they construct that? It did look like a real baby, but like, how do they make it smell like a baby and stuff? That's what I think was the main thing.
Here, Chris, let me help you out here. Try to leave, Chris, and come back in.
We're trying to play a video, which is it is a robot baby gorilla that they're trying to see if the what do they call it?
It's a gorilla camera. They entered it into a family to interact with a clan to see what they're doing and how it works. So it's very interesting. So, and I don't know why. For some reason, the past 90 days, I quit being able to share videos. I don't know if we're just streaming to too many locations, but I had the internet checked and everything on my end is fine. So it's weird.
I know. That's the thing with my dumb laptop. I'm not able to either. It says it's a I don't know, some sort of a technical whatever. I've seen that with the Billy apes too. They are, wow, they walk upright. They're like really creepy. It's cool, but wow.
But next show I'll get that documentary that Jeff's in, because they have other people around the world talking about Bigfoot, Yeti, and around the different locations. But it was interesting about the Dev and the Jinn, because everybody's heard about the Jinn, and I did not know that people called Bigfoot or Sasquatch the Jinn in Afghanistan and in Iraq. I didn't think they had that over there. So that was very interesting to hear that.
I know that, like they'll call them mountain demons, some
Right.
places.
I did not know that.
That's probably the, I didn't really say.
I just figured they'd use Yeti over there, but I guess they got their own little sect in the Middle East.
Well, the way they said and how they explain it, we didn't know what it was. They always called it either the devil or a demon, right? Which would make sense, because they did that back in the Dark Ages, right? Yeah. If they didn't understand science, or if you got sick, the devil made you sick, or it was a demon, or you were possessed. So, mountain devils was another one, Thomas. A lot of people said over here and back then. Yeah. So absolutely.
And some people believe that's what they are, and that they are some sort of demons. So people, that's what they claim, because they have all the almost like supernatural, paranormal, powers.
Right. Yeah.
We don't know. I don't think they are, but Tom, mountain devils, devil monkey. Yeah. Brian said that he's heard.
So I've got a guy that watches our show, And I don't know if he's in here or not. Henry, is he in here tonight? But he's got some Browning trail cameras, and he loves them.
Oh,
And he's got the invisible flash, and he's actually testing them. And his trail cameras does not show IR on the other trail cameras, I think.
all right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's
What
very
kind of
interesting.
technology is that?
I have no idea, but he's got them set up with his other trail cameras. So, yeah, so I'm really excited to get them.
Interesting.
hey, you guys remember the issue with my driveway camera, or not camera, driveway light that I said that they were manipulating it because you could
Right.
see videos turning it off, and then it'd go back on. So my husband ended up changing the light, and he actually got a light that he said, that we were getting interference from the remote or whatever. And so the camera or the light that he got is supposed to be it cannot be manipulated with by remote, or it's impervious to that. And it hasn't. It's worked. I mean, they haven't. It's been on, and it goes on when it's supposed to, turns off when it's not supposed to, or when it is supposed to. But I noticed that shortly after he put that in, I can watch watching the camera up at the carport, which looks into that area. And I think what they were doing is they were testing that carport camera, because I kept seeing the light go on, like the IR light, like it'll flash, and you can only see that through another camera. So I'm watching that from the front porch camera, and I could see this like flash, flash, flash. So I think they were trying to what can we, what can we do to try to get this light to turn off, and maybe to manipulate that camera. So so they weren't able to, I guess. Yeah, so we'll see.
Let's try this again, guys.
I appreciate it, Chris. I'm sorry.
No, I think it was something on my end. I think I got it figured out.
Well, welcome, Major Thomas. How you doing? Welcome, Crystal. So so it's and it goes on and on. And
so cute.
That's cool.
One of the kid monkeys picks it up and takes it up in the tree and plays with it.
Oh.
No way.
And then one of the adults is like, "No, you had enough. I want it." So yeah,
that's cool.
But did you see how the clan leader would not approve it until it was like, okay, you're safe?
Yeah, that's neat. Wow.
Spy monkey coming to a toy store near you.
So that was cool. What was that called? Robot monkey? What was the name of the?
I just typed in camera monkey, but if you go down in the description, I'll give you the documentary name.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
And I think it's because it's on BBC. I think the documentary is BBC's whatever.
All right.
But it's real. It's about an hour long, and it's real interesting. So, in a documentary, it documents the clan and how it interacts and everything. So,
did you guys see that special on Netflix? It was like a limited series about gorilla family. I don't know if they were gorilla families, monkey families. I forget. They were like bigger, but not. It wasn't silverbacks. But anyway, yeah. Did you see that? That was pretty cool on Netflix.
I didn't see it.
I haven't.
About they had two like, let's say, clans, and then the territory, and like the eastern apes were trying to get into to take over the western apes territory, and vice versa, and then they had to have like a big fight, and it was really, really interesting, and how they vie for to be the like alpha male of the family.
Now, who on the show put up the Bigfoot cutout and it got tore up? Was it one of your all shows? It's been 1.5 years ago.
No,
I can't remember who it was. Then somebody else put up a Bigfoot cutout, and they had Bigfoot activity.
Wow.
Well, that was BigfootTalk.com with Neil.
Okay, because I know that's right. He did have one. He put it up.
He put one up, and all of a sudden things started happening.
That's right. But somebody put one up, and it got tore up. His was made out of wood.
Yes.
One guy was. Wow. I can't remember his name. So, yeah, it's been a while. But one other guy was yours. That's right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, Brian said, I think they're pretty tall. I think they are, that the Billy apes are. I think they are about 6 feet, 5 feet. They're tall. No, I love watching the silverbacks. Like when you go to Animal Kingdom in Disney World has that silverback trail that you can walk up and watch them. Oh, so cool. Did you guys see that video that was, what's that, Chris? What?
It's a cool little spy robot, man. It looked pretty other than the eye, you can see the one eye as a camera. I mean, it looked pretty real.
Make the noises just like them and beat on its chest sound. Even the chest beat sounded like it too, didn't it?
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, did you see that? It was either a reel. I'm trying to think if it was a reel on Facebook or Instagram, whatever. But it was this guy that had a prosthetic leg, and he was at a zoo and he was showing the monkeys his leg, and they were like,
"Oh, he took it off," and they freaked out.
Yes, and then they were calling their friends, the other members over, and like that was the coolest thing. Yeah,
that guy.
It was so cool.
I hadn't seen anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw one where the guy was showing, I don't know if it was a orangutan or whatever kind of monkey, his baby. And the monkey was like, and it was like, hold on. And he ran, or she or whatever, and got their baby and came over. It's like, look at my baby.
Cool.
So cool.
So that was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty interesting.
I think I just found that video, Barb.
Okay, cool.
I can't get any bigger, I don't think, but let's see.
Oh yeah, this is the one.
He's like, no way.
So cute.
Oh boy,
that's too cool.
That's great.
You see the one with the girl with the phone, and it was watching her scroll, and they kept telling her to scroll more.
Yes. Yeah.
That was pretty funny too.
That was so great. Aww.
That's funny. Interesting.
Yeah.
So, Mike, what your kids up to?
Yeah, I think they got cold feet. I don't think they want to come on and do this, but we've got other groups in the works. I think the next time we can do the field trips would be.
They're just embarrassed. That's all.
Well,
it's scary.
They're teenagers. I think they got better things to do than come on a podcast and talk about this stuff. I don't know, but yeah. Wait till they get to be our age, and they'll be doing stuff like this. But yeah, we'll get ready to get another group, take another group out toward the end of May when we get another opportunity to do so. So that's we've already got kids trying to get lined up for a different group of kids for another outing. So hopefully, I had a guy called me today. He's doing a documentary on UFOs, and I guess he's going to reliving over Grand Tower, Illinois, which is near Big Muddy over in that area, right across the river from where we research in North Cape County with the Sasquatch, and which one night a couple years ago we saw a quote unquote UFO. At least we couldn't identify what it was. It was doing everything that we couldn't, nothing in the sky that we could make out what it was. And so somebody contacted him. He's going to be in Cape Saturday, and he wants to interview us. And he's kind of pre-screening and asking me some questions. And I'm like, well, I'm not really big into UFOs, but I did see this. And he's trying to connect it with Bigfoot activity. And Yeah, I'm not going to say yay or nay on anything. I just hadn't seen the evidence, and I just explained to him. But then we got talking about orbs, and I told him I had a picture of an orb with a Sasquatch in it. And so I don't know. I'll talk to the guy. Don't know what'll come of it, but that's something that just kind of came up today, and so
That's
Interesting.
who knows? But,
Yeah, it is.
but because we did talk, because I've told him, I said, I've only seen the orbs 3 times in my life, but each time I saw them, they were associated with Sasquatch activity. But I've been involved in Sasquatch activity multiple times in my life without seeing the orbs too. So I said, is there a connection? Maybe not. I said, I need to see more of it. But I said, that's all I can tell you. He goes, that's what I wanted. He says, that's what I want. I just want all you can tell me. I don't want you to make anything up. Just
right.
give. He goes, I just put the information together from anybody that have talked to me. So kind of, we'll see how that goes. I'm supposed to meet with him a little bit on Saturday. So
Yeah.
and I told him I would take him. He's wanting to know he's going to be in Cape. I said, well, I said, if you got time, I said, 20 minutes away is where we go. I said, the woods is I could take you up there and show you the exact site where we were sitting, the exact site where this picture was taken. I could share the picture with you, all this other stuff. So, we might be doing that. So
Awesome. A lot of people claim that there's a correlation.
a lot of people say that. I hadn't experienced it, but others have experienced some things, obviously. And who are we to doubt? Right. Because people doubt us. So
yep.
But
we just share what we hear and talk to people. And
and I've got somebody, when Susan Perez shared this outing I had with the kids, when she shared it on the SEMO Bigfoot Facebook page, somebody commented on the page about her sighting within about 10, 15 miles to the north of where we research, in the next county up, when she was a kid. She's I saw this when I was a kid, outside the window, in the driveway, and big, hairy, yada, yada, yada. We know the story. Next morning, she shares it with her parents. They tell her she didn't see that. Nah, you were dreaming, and she said, I've been looking for a local group I could get involved with to kind of, deal with some of this stuff. And so, and I asked her, I chatted with her a little bit and asked her, if she'd like to talk about it more, and she might be a future person to come on and talk about her childhood experience and what she dealt with and stuff like that. She's an adult now, and found our Facebook group, and is like, glad she did, because maybe she can talk to people without people thinking she's nuts. So.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It is really nice.
That'd be great to be able to talk to her.
Yeah. So I told her, of course I'm busy. I told her I'd call her. I hadn't done it yet, so I'm going to have to do that. So.
Yeah.
Well, she's not alone.
No.
Yeah, it's good
No. That's why I told her. I said, that's one reason why we do this, is because so many people have had those experiences, and they talk to other people, they just dismiss it, and just dismiss it. You don't know what you're talking about. And, I had somebody in school today, another coworker, as far as the cast is concerned, say, well, could that have been a bear print? I said, you obviously never seen a bear.
Not that big.
You obviously have never seen a bear print before.
Right.
And,
Oh boy.
so, you know,
Big difference.
Mhm.
I said, and I explained to her the difference, and then she's like, "Oh,
Well, in all offense, there has been many prints that have been casted that were bear prints, but there is a distinctive difference, though.
right."
Mhm.
And the difference, what I showed her, as you know, it's a full-grown black bear, which we will have in our area. Not a great number of them, but they are here. It's going to max out about 13, maybe 14 inches in length, maybe. But but the top's going to be an oval-shaped toe print, an oval, with the longer toes being in the middle and ovaling down, and then they'll have the little toenail spikes
Mhm.
coming out.
Yeah.
I said, you don't see, this is a human shape, just on steroids, major steroids.
Mhm.
And I said, you don't see that with the bear. I said, and I've seen bear prints out there as well, not near as many, but I said you can tell the difference, and but they'll just ask these questions and they don't know what they're talking about,
Yeah.
and or do you think that may have been a bear you saw? Well, no, we
They don't
we've
move the
seen
same.
we've seen bears. They're not.
They don't care about you. First off, a
Yeah.
bear is not going to try and hide.
Right.
They
Right.
could really care less if you're there or not.
No, they're just gonna mosey around. Is what they're gonna do, and the now a grizzly. And I've seen black bears in the wild before, and they never have shown any kind of aggression. A grizzly bear might, but black bears haven't. But yeah,
Well, Liana asked, have y'all ever seen a big print anywhere where the second toe is longer than the big toe? I only seen it on humans.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
have every Bigfoot
Yeah.
print that we've seen. The big toe is really massively big too, compared to a lot of the other
Mhm.
toes.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Like a more nicely proportioned, Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Never
'Cause
seen the
humans,
second toe bigger.
our toes can go all,
So-
can be all different lengths,
So-
but I haven't either.
No bunions either.
Sometimes you'll see them separated a little bit more, a little more
Mhm.
separation between the toes and I've seen like there's one big one got a 24-inch print up in those North Cape woods that he'll walk. He's got a big separation between the big toe and the other toes for some reason or another. And when we see his print, we know it's his print because of the length of it, and it's the only one with that toe just jaggering out.
Yeah.
Maybe it broke his big toe at one point in time. It's sticking out a little bit.
Possibly could have been
Bunions. That's what I was going to say. Penny Van said bunions. My sister has bunions, and she's had to get surgery for, and her prints, like your wet footprints, would have her her toes are like her, big toes sticking out from her other.
Shove those big toes in those high heels. That'll do it,
Yeah.
So Ashley's asking us, panel, how many encounters have you all had with Bigfoot? I have to count now. So turkey hunting would have been one. Not seeing the one when I was deer hunting. Remember the one my dad's like, son, you smell that?
Smelling it.
That was deer. Bull crap, Dad. That was no deer. So I think that was a possibility one. Not counting the noises, so we can't count those. The Three Stooges, right? So that's two. Can't count the trail cam pictures. We don't know what those are. So possibly maybe three, I think. Maybe three.
The one that you saw when you were on the phone.
Oh yeah, with you know who? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Chewbacca with the heavy bottom.
Yeah, which is similar to the one I saw.
He
Yes.
witnessed somebody else having an encounter.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
he
turned the
saw it.
phone. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, look how pretty.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, they are real. I tell
yeah.
people they're real. People are So
I-
they are real. I'm telling you how they.
Yeah.
On the last show, they're like, where they go? Hell if I know.
Yeah.
I have no idea
Yeah.
where they go. I think they go in interdimensional. So
This is why we look. We try to
Yeah.
figure it out, right? It's a big mystery. Yeah.
If you're talking about encounters, I have no idea. I've had a lot of them. But if you're talking about just sitting out in the woods by a fire and having them come in and interact with us, that's any Saturday night I'm up there just about. But so a lot of encounters. One good sighting, couple tree peaking sightings from a little further distance, but a lot of encounters though.
yeah,
I'd define encounter and sighting as two different things to me.
Oh,
Okay.
she's saying Ashley's just any encounter, including sounds or any experience.
Yeah.
So a lot of
Yeah,
Lot
definitely
of-
had a lot of sounds and audio stuff.
right.
But
I've
and that's just in
Have
4
you
years for me. Just 4 years of doing it. So
you've seen peakers, Mike?
I think it's this. Well, it's over at the farm. I think it's the same one. I saw him twice.
Okay.
Peeking from that distance at about 60 to 70 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I did see over here in North Cape, and this was now about 3 years ago. I did see at dusk what I'm positive was a Sasquatch, and when I had the kids out with me a couple weeks ago, I showed them the two trees that he was standing at. We were in the area. I said, okay. I said, he was throwing hickory nuts at us at dusk. And I saw him move from behind that tree over to behind this tree. And they were about 15 feet apart, 15 to 20 inch diameter trees going up. I said, but it moved so fast, it looked like a dark shadow, just boom.
Yeah.
And then the hickory nuts started coming from that direction. I said, I knew what it was, but I didn't. I mean, it was a big blur going across over there.
Yeah.
And we were, 20 yards probably. And it was kind of up the hill. And as I was wanting to hopefully see it better or do something with it, one of the guys I was with unshouldered the AR-15 he had shouldered and cocked it, and then that was the end of everything. It disappeared and went away. So
It's interesting how these things know that sound of a firearm cocking.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It really does.
I think they
Because
can tell, right? Don't you think?
The other
though?
night, we had somebody, I don't remember what show it was.
Yeah, it was on my
Chris's
show. Yeah.
When he said that my buddy cocked a 1911. So I reached in my drawer and pulled out a 1911 and racked it so everybody knows what that distinctive sound like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that was the end of that encounter as well.
Mm-hmm.
Liana asked, has anybody seen Bigfoot handprints? I've seen lots of them.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, the first time I saw one, I knew it wasn't fabricated because it was oily. And when I mean oily, it was a very substance that I never seen before. And being a fingerprint lifter on the police department, the swirl patterns was not human. So it was not faked. And when I noticed the other handprints and fingerprints later that was recovered from windows were leaning against on a second story, it wasn't, the house was in ground. It wasn't like it was 30 feet up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it was like maybe 8.5, 9 feet. So it was still plausible, right, to look in up off the prints. It was like, a human being would not sit there and fabricate that, if you catch my drift.
Yeah. Yes, it
Right.
would be
So-
really hard. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, very interesting. And they were all, the same type of patterns
Wow.
that I've seen. And I think on some of our shows that you all had, that we've seen the same
Mhm.
recurring
Bill Hewitt.
pattern.
Yeah. Reported.
Yeah.
Bill Hewitt's had his vehicle slapped,
Yeah.
and
So,
finger dragged with it.
Mhm.
so very interesting.
I got a figure or a hand print on that new app that you can use with your iPhone, kind of to almost like a LiDAR to make an impression. Just last week, and I sent it to you, to the guys here. Because at first I thought it was either something like grabbing in like a footprint, but like you could see like these distinctive toes. And I'm like, no, that's a little bit, I don't know about that. And then when I did that scan with the app, it's like, oh, wait a minute, this is a handprint. And I could tell, that was pretty, that's the first one I've seen that definitively. I've had Ashley, I've seen 3 for sure, like with my naked eye. And the last one was really close. It was about 6 to 8 feet from me. It was sitting we surprised each other because it was sitting in underbrush, and I walked up and was filming with my iPhone, and it adjusted. And as soon as it adjusted, that because it was pitch black in there, as soon as it adjusted, I saw it, and it was just like this, like looking at me. And same, like Chris said, Grizzly said, look just like Chewbacca, but I remember it had like white around its eyes, like I don't know if it was fur or not fur, like a hair that was white, or if it's like skin was white. That was interesting.
Well,
Chris, have you? Yeah, I was wondering, Chris, have you seen any?
What's that? Handprints?
No. Actual like Bigfoot, Sasquatch.
Nope. Well, I mean, there's times you think you see something, and the next
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't. So you don't
Yeah,
really
right,
know.
that's the thing. Definitely.
And as far as I'm concerned, if I don't know for sure I've saw it, I'm not going to say I've saw
Right.
something.
Yeah.
Right.
Had plenty of wood knocks. I've had plenty of gruffs, and get those creepy feelings like something's watching you.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, not
Tons of-
any direct encounters that I'm gonna say, hey, I definitely saw one.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah, tons of wood structures you find, and great handprints.
yeah, we
or-
find
Yeah.
prints and all kinds of. I mean, there's definitely evidence out there. It's just
Well,
that
like I say, we walk where they walk, for sure. When you see those footprints and things like that, the handprints and somebody asked a while ago. Crystal asked if anybody's been bluff charged. Now, my son was bluff charged. He's not on the show. He won't come on the show either. He doesn't like to talk about Bigfoot because he was bluff charged once, and it's just like, wait a minute, I don't want anything to do with this. But I've never been bluff charged. But and somebody asked how close. In Barb, you said it's about 6 to 8 feet for
6
you.
to 8 feet. It was really close. Yeah, it was really close.
I had one about the same distance, but there was a tent wall that separated us one night.
Okay.
And it was we were probably about 6 feet from each other. He was just on the other side of a tent wall. So, that really may not count, since we did have a barrier of separation, even though it was a tent wall. So,
Yeah. Well, it's still an encounter, right? Because it's not.
Right, well, it was an encounter. Yeah.
The average person doesn't.
My good sighting was at about 40 yards, and I know there've been multiple times at night where I was within 20 yards of a few of them. So
That's cool.
through walnut.
Oh, that's
Ask
cool.
you
You're
what
right.
kind
Walnuts can hurt.
What kind of
Yeah.
offering? So, a lot of people ask me, how come you don't find prints or tracks? So, you take an average 16 to 17 foot print, right? Average 5 to 6 inch wide. You're not expecting to see that out there in the woods. And a lot of the ground, you're not going to see that because of the leaf litter, the twigs and branches, unless it's on a creek bed or a side of an embankment or so forth. It's in the wide open area where it's like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
and it's like, my God, what is that? Right. And
don't come
like the
often.
ones that I see that's a partial or something, you're like, oh no, come on, really? Is this? And it's not that big. It's kind of like somebody out here with no shoes on, this far
Yeah.
back. So
Yeah.
it makes you wonder, right? And
Makes
like that
sense.
one, my mom was like, "What is it?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Somebody's out here with no shoes on." Mom, come on. You
Yeah,
totally
right,
think
right.
that?
Yeah.
No.
And the person's like walking around barefoot, like, oh, I hope somebody thinks like that's dumb.
Well, and the thing
Not
is,
no offense to your mom, because like bless her heart, she wouldn't know. But we hear that all the time, like skeptics, right? Oh, that's just
and
that's trying to hoax.
I emphasize this all the time. I wear a size 15 shoe. There's probably nobody listening to the podcast that wears a foot that big.
No.
I'm
No.
6'5".
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But I have measured my foot. It is 13 inches long. That's a juvenile Sasquatch. Okay, it's 13 inches. Mine's 13 inches long,
Wow.
and we're seeing prints up to 24 inches long. So, how tall is that? Right? You're talking about over 10 foot tall if they got feet that big, and we're seeing that, and there's no mistaking that. There's no faking that. And somebody asked EREV if there's correlation with the activity with wildlife game trails. Yes, a lot of times they'll set up. You'll see them with the game. That's how you go into the woods in these conservation areas. State
Brian
forests and
says
stuff
I
like
wear a
that.
size 15, Mike.
Oh.
Well, see, I'm
we
right.
go.
It's not bigger. It's not bigger.
You said as big. You said as big.
Oh, as big. Okay. Well, one person. Thank you, Brian. All right, good deal. but yeah, that's a good place to start the game trails, because they're gonna, they're gonna take the path of least resistance as well. They're gonna walk. One of the places I take people up north to the conservation. They have an equine trail where people go horseback riding.
Yeah.
And we see the Bigfoot tracks on the equine trail because it's easy navigation for them.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else has already made a path for them, and they're walking that same path.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like power line trails.
Yeah.
Railroads. They frequent those because they're easy passage.
Yep.
My friend has horses, and she has her own like equine trail on her land, and she'll ride and her friends will ride. And I guess it was about maybe a year ago, 6 months ago, and she sent me some photos, and she's like, Barb, look at this. All along through this trail, there was maybe about 10 feet, some 15 feet up, like a branch just broke, like broken, like we see with that Sasquatch will do. She's like, what do you think about this? And I'm like, would anybody else be, would anybody potentially be like, I don't know, bringing a ladder out or like standing on a horse and doing that? And she's like, no.
Yeah.
So what else could it, I don't know. What else could it be?
Ashley states that her encounter, remember she was talking about it, she got the walnut. They laid out a symbol for us made of sticks. So we laid out a sticks and a heart. It's all we had. We had no idea we would encounter them. They returned the heart back to us the next day.
Ooh, that's
very cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
We hear a lot of that.
Yeah.
That stuff. So, what they call them glyphs, little stick glyphs.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And speaking of bluff charges, you guys ever watched this before? This guy's got some cojones.
Oh,
you ever see this?
Yeah,
oh
he's
gosh.
crazy.
Oh yeah.
Watch this guy bluff charge. Yeah. He stands his ground like no. I might have brown stuff running down my legs, but
yeah.
He basically backs him up. And it's crazy. He bluffs again. He's like, come on.
Ashley says we had no idea what the symbol meant at all, but we've never seen it before.
Yeah. Ashley, that's so common. Oh, it's frustrating, but it's cool that you found that. But it's frustrating that we don't understand. what they're trying to
About to
say.
bluff him again. Yeah.
These guys are walking back.
Let's go. Come on.
Crazy.
That's amazing.
All right, who does that?
Yeah. Wow.
One of
She
those
doesn't
hold
know what
my
you're
beer
doing.
moments.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Yep.
Do that to a hippo. See what happens to you. You get run
No, I'm
over.
good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. Actually, if you get any prints like that, like glyphs is what we kind of call them, symbols like that. Yeah. Take a picture and send it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
who knows what they mean, but a lot of times they're
Oh.
trying to make a positive connection with you.
Yeah. Yes, she said that night we had knocks on the house that they were in too. Wow.
They're playing with you.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Are they? You
Yeah,
said
they're
Kentucky. Yeah, they're hello.
Mhm.
Was this a house that was occupied, Ashley? Because I think did she say she was on a paranormal investigation?
Yeah,
Is that
she
what
sure
said?
was.
Yeah, was it a house that was occupied or not occupied? Because I feel like if it Murray Station, Kentucky, if
Murray
You just need to send her a link and put her on the show.
She's
Yeah.
coming on the show 7:00 on the Paranormal Show next Wednesday.
oh cool,
Ah, there you
Okay,
go.
gotta
Yeah.
check it out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're making fun of me. I shot a cow with my taser.
Did what?
Yeah, I responded to a call about a cow on the road. I thought it was a joke. And when I got there, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I wouldn't get out of the road. The siren wouldn't do it. The horn wouldn't do it. My wouldn't do it. My wouldn't do it.
Oh my gosh.
So I tried to push it, and I was like, pop! Zzz, and it just turned around and looked at me. I was like, oh, hell. Didn't do nothing.
Seriously.
Turned around and looked at me, and I was like, well, that didn't work.
Oh. I thought maybe you're gonna say like it fell to the ground and then you're like,
No,
great,
it
now it's
just
laying
turned
in the
around and looked
road.
at me. He's like, what did you
Wow.
Like UFOs do a lot worse than that to me. Come on now.
just do? E-Rev's laughing. Yeah, I had to
Ashley,
explain to
is
my
that-
captain why I need a new cartridge.
Oh, no.
Zapped a cow.
Ashley,
Didn't work.
did the people at the house that own the house, have they mentioned about Sasquatch or Bigfoot? Any encounters like that?
Looks like they moved out of the house and
Yeah,
moved into
yeah.
an RV.
Oh boy, I don't know if I'd want to be living in an RV when they're banging on your house, but they're probably trying to get her attention.
RV would be worse.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
If they're shaking
exactly.
in your RV in the middle of the night and me waking up
Oh
and
my
just
gosh.
rolling around.
They're saying, "Come out and play."
Yeah. Wow.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah,
Well, I'm glad y'all enjoyed that cow taser one. I guess I won't get in trouble. It's been years
Yeah.
now. So.
What are you gonna do? I mean, it's
Not a
what
cat.
else are you gonna do? A
No.
cat.
I could have
That'd be a
ring a
big
few
cat.
cats in my lifetime, but Ashley says, for audio listeners, they did. When we was asking about it, they told us about it was raining that weekend before, and the whole family was knocking on the house, and she let them in. What?
What?
Let them in for the night.
What?
You talk.
Let
Wait
the
a minute. I
Sasquatch
gotta.
go
Can
in?
you come on the show? Can I send you a link? I gotta hear this.
She's gonna
Yeah.
talk about it next week. What?
No, it's
Literally,
Cliffhanger.
wait. Are you saying that? Let the Sasquatch family in the house?
We need to get her on the show. So
did they
I
have
know.
coffees?
maybe she can give Barb some ideas on how to do
Yeah.
that.
I don't want to invite him in my house.
What'd you
though,
do?
but-
Give them chocolate?
Oh,
Yeah.
send her the yes, she said, how do I hop on? Send her the link. Oh
All
my
right, I'll
god.
send you the link.
We
Hold
gotta,
on.
we gotta hear this. What
You'd
the heck?
be a good
I,
neighbor,
this
Barb,
is
wouldn't you?
something
Did
that I've
tease them
never
with some peanut butter.
I've heard, we hear all the time about them like sneaking into people's houses, and I've seen people
Yeah,
sending
yeah. I've
photos
heard
of them
that.
in their houses.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh Lord, I hope that I do not want that.
All right, the link's in your inbox, Ashley. So
Wow. That's
Chris
I
will
can't
make
wait
him a
to hear
salad.
this.
I'm gonna give him some, crackers with some peanut butter on it. Maybe a little coffee. I don't know.
There was a cartoon that or like a meme or whatever, that was a big who like I don't know.
Brian.
A
There
Bigfoot
goes-
like
there
sitting on
goes
a couch.
Crystal again, making a damn salad. Did you hear about that?
Uh-uh.
So we're talking about black-eyed children and stuff, and about not letting them in. She's like, I'd fix them a damn salad.
What?
And I was like,
What's wrong with you, girl?
Crystal.
Oh my
She's like,
gosh.
but they got to eat too.
Nope. Well, you.
Yeah, she did. That
Hold on.
screwed my whole show up. The rest of the show, I couldn't concentrate.
Nope, I'm closing the door. I'm closing the shades.
Well, this is why I can't have goats, because they said that goats like come up to your windows and look in and want to be left in. And I would let them in. They're so cute, and that's why I'm not allowed to have goats.
Brian,
Dude,
I was
goats have the
getting ready to call
creepiest
it a night,
eyes
too.
ever.
Now I got to wait
No,
for Ashley.
Oh, they're so cute.
No, the goat's eyes are creepy. You ever sit there and
Oh, I'm sorry.
They're
That's
weird.
a sheep.
Close enough. Yeah.
Oh, their little ones are so adorable. Oh my gosh! But yeah, I don't want to be
Little
like.
are cool. I get that. Any baby
Yeah.
animal's cute, but
Oh, you know they have
get
those
older
little
now.
pygmy goats, the little Nigerian. Are they Nigerian
Mhm.
pygmy goats? Is that what they're called? Oh my god, they're
Yeah.
so
Are you being racist?
no,
All right. So I make
No.
sure.
I'm born that way. I'm white.
completely politically
That's what it
correct.
is.
Exactly what they call them. Oh yeah. Penny Van said no. She was saying she was making a salad for herself, and we read into it for the black-eyed children.
Oh. No, Penny Van, you're covering for her. She said she would make them a salad.
Yeah. No.
So
Entice them with a
She
big
does.
bowl of
she
Reese's.
said they had to eat too. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here is Ashley.
Yay.
Welcome to the show, Ashley.
All right.
All right.
Amy, where's she?
Can you
a
see
black
me?
screen.
We got a black screen. Can you turn the light on?
Weird, that's
Turn
weird.
the light
Maybe her,
on.
I feel like maybe her
No,
camera
I said on, not off. Turn the light on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can
In the
hear you.
back room.
We can
I
hear
can
you.
see you.
Alexa, turn the light on. Turn the light on white.
I don't know if that's gonna help. Why is she showing up in the back room but not?
I don't think Alexa's paying attention.
Oh really? Is she showing up in the back room?
Yeah, I see her in the back room. Like, right in there.
I don't have access to the back room anymore. I got
Oh, now she goes. Now she turned off her.
huh.
Weird.
My light's on. I've never used this one.
Everybody's like, come on, Alexa, turn the lights on.
Yeah, her back room is frozen though. Maybe she needs to
Oh.
She might need
Try.
a better
All
connection.
right, she's
Try
going to
hitting
come
it
back
again.
in.
Alexa didn't pay the power bill.
I was
that
getting ready to
Alexa.
say my Alexa's going to start talking. I forgot I got headphones on. All right, here she comes back on. Let's see if this works. All right, are you there?
Yes.
Audio. They turn
All
on
right.
video.
All right, your camera's turned off.
Oh,
There
there
you
we
go. Hello.
Hey, Ashley. Hi.
Well, we finally get to meet face to face. Let me make you bigger here. So nice to meet you.
Hello.
So tell us about this Bigfoot thing. We're getting ready to end the show.
Murray Station is a location where we can go investigate. I'm a paranormal investigator. And so we get there, and there's like this big statue of Bigfoot sitting out there. And I was like, wait a minute, do you guys have Bigfoot here? And she was like, matter of fact, we do. Now, the rest of my team that I was with, they didn't care nothing about it. But I actually talked to the owner for a long time, and they live on some old land where like they actually have like Native Americans, like known burial grounds on the property. And so it's a big wooded area. And so she showed me the different glyphs that I was telling you about that they leave all the time. So I'd set up one of those laser grids out in the woods, and everybody was off to themselves, and I'm standing outside because you get that feeling when you're investigating something. You have that. Anyways, I'm a medium as it is, so I was like, "There's something out there," and I'm like this, staring, and I shit you not, like a walnut goes shoo right by my head, and I was like, "You just about got me." And so next thing I know, I heard movement, and then I walk over to the other side of the woods, and I take a stick and I start knocking, and it knocks back. And so for a while, we're knocking back and forth. And so when I talked to the lady that owned the place, she said for like I think she's owned it for a long time. She's been communicating with them for about 6 years, like consistently. And the story was, it was maybe a week or two before we got there. So they live in an RV next to the house, and then they rent the house out, and it's vacant. And so one night she said all of a sudden they heard on their trailer, you were talking about the rocking of the trailer, they were going, boom, 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 boom. And so she runs and she sees them, and she follows them. And so she opens the door and she just left, and then they came in for the entire night. I guess because I don't know if it was like storming really bad and it scared the babies because they had a baby with them. But she said it was a whole family. There's all kinds of stuff like that out there.
Wow. Now let me ask you this: do you have paranormal activity where you live?
I do.
Okay. And do you have stuff that moves at your house?
I do.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
Do you have an audio that you hear also at your house, like paranormal, like EVPs? Yeah.
Yes. We have cameras inside the house and outside the house for that reason.
Yeah.
So, but I have to like sage the house and a lot just because I'm like an open beacon to them, so they always like follow me or come. But yeah, like I have activity every day.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Interesting. So
that night at the investigation, it was like there was a moment where a lot of us were out investigating the Native Americans, and then all of a sudden, one of the guys stayed back and he was by himself, and we got a loud bang. He was upstairs on the 3rd floor, and it just went boom, and he was like, "Okay, I'm out," and it really scared him. But activity was like crazy. Matter of fact, it was the biggest ghost hunt of the year. It's where everybody around the world was tuned in at the same time. And so all of a sudden I was doing like an Estes method, and I kept hearing like a Bigfoot was communicating with me on the Estes method. And this lady has audio. She let us listen to it, a Bigfoot communicating with her. And she said she would go out to the woods, and because they couldn't communicate like English, sometimes telepathically, but she went out there and said her name over and over again, and finally it responded to her. And that's how they like grew a relationship.
What did it sound like to you when you say Bigfoot was talking to you?
It was like the deepest voice I had ever heard, but it wasn't. It was like vibrations with animalistic. It didn't come through on this realm. It came through on another dimension. So during Estes method, I actually hear through different dimensions. And when I rock the channel, so I'm able to hear at higher frequencies.
Right.
But everybody heard it.
Wow.
now you made a statement that they let him into the house.
Yeah. They stayed the entire night.
Wow. That's incredible. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
No.
Did you witness this?
Oh man, I wish I did. I did not.
Now, what was your take on this?
In what aspect?
I'll just ask you straight out. Did you believe him?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I knew the minute that I even was standing outside, I knew they were there. I felt their presence. They have a specific vibration, a specific frequency. And I knew they were out there, and I felt like I was surrounded. And I felt like they were. Do what?
I said you probably were.
Mhm.
They were very protective
Surrounded.
of-
So cool.
I wonder if they like some pancakes. If she got up and made them pancakes the next morning or something.
Bed and
I
breakfast.
don't know if she's teas and crumpets. I mean, what
They
you gotta be hospitable.
they'd come back for more if you did that.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
Don't
that
make
is
them
something
feel too comfortable.
never heard. Like,
And I mean, we laid it out in sticks. We broke them and stuff, and we laid it out. And next to it on the ground, you could tell where they had taken a massive arm, had taken its arm and just swiped the ground, and did the same heart.
wow, that's cool.
And the EMS was going crazy in that spot, specific
Really.
spot.
Wow,
That's very interesting.
that is really cool. Yeah. So that just
Yeah.
Yes.
Ashley, thanks for coming on. We have
Yes,
to cut it, but we'll catch you next Wednesday at 7.
Okay.
We're getting a
thank you.
lot of feedback. We'll get that fixed before next show. But thank you so much.
thank you.
Thank you,
Nice
Ashley.
meeting you, Ashley.
Good
Great.
meeting you.
Everybody have a good night. We'll catch you on the next show.
Bye,
See you,
everybody.
everybody.
Good night.
Bye-bye.